What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, I'm holding a box of 6x9 speakers, which can only mean one thing. We are mounting these speakers in this homemade box I just made in the back of my K10. So if you saw in the last video, built this box out of 1/2" MDF. I'm gonna house 2 shallow subs, 10" likely. Gonna house an amp there, and then I built these panels in the corners for these 6x9 Hertz speakers. So that's gonna be the first thing that is going to get mounted today. I also got these on Amazon, got a 5-pack for something like 20 bucks or something like that. They are the terminals for the outside of the box. Those are gonna get mounted, not really sure yet. I have to wait until I have an amp to know where all the wiring is gonna sit, but maybe something like that, maybe down there, might be up here. I really don't know, so we're gonna play it by ear, but first things first, gonna get these speakers mounted into these panels. So I got the holes cut on both of these pieces as well. I just went quick sand on the top and a little bit of filler in the low spots, just so that when the carpet's on there, you can't notice any seams or anything like that. So these are just drying up. So I actually picked up a couple 10" subs. They're not exactly a shallow mount sub. Judging by my calculations in my head, it should fit in here depth-wise, but there's only one way to find out. So I'm gonna try and cut the hole in here. And then I also picked up an amp, which is gonna be a great size for there. And actually the way it's designed is all the outputs are on the bottom, which is actually kind of perfect because my wires come in from the bottom. They'll go through this channel, come up, probably come out a hole here, and then go straight up into the amp. And then I'll have my outputs for the subs going out like this, and then probably into this side of these walls here. So next thing, I'm gonna pull this box out, pull this front piece off, cut my holes for the subs, and then cut the holes for these, and then hopefully these will fit. I got really lucky with this setup. So it comes with these foam pieces. I don't know, they're maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. 4 of them to go all the way around the sub. I don't really know the purpose of them, but anyway, I'm putting them in there because as you can see with them in, it just clears. Like just. Without them in there, it just hits. So I would have had to obviously sand down a little bit on the back there, kind of in there, just to get a little bit of clearance, but it does clear now, so that's the biggest thing. Also, when I have the upholstery on here, it should, not a lot, but it'll bring it out a little bit. So looks like these will fit, and looking at it now, I maybe should have done it a little bit lower, maybe put it down maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and I would have tons of clearance in the back, but I think I like the look of it being centered better than having a little bit more clearance in the back. So these fit. I'm gonna do the other one, and then we'll go from there. amp came with a bass knob. Wasn't really sure where I was gonna mount it. I didn't really want it in the dash. I didn't really want it in the box. I kind of wanted it hidden. So I actually figured I'd throw it in where the ashtray goes. This goes in the dash, right above the cigarette lighter. Just threw some masking tape down, 1/8 inch pilot hole and a 5/16 hole, and this actually fits in there really nice. I'm happy with it. It's up in the corner, it's away from everything. Still gives me room to do my switch panel and put the cigarette lighter in there. Might put USBs in there, not totally sure yet. And then even when it's closed, you can just see it does clear, it does fit. And then this gives me plenty of wire to run it back under the carpet with everything else, and then back to the amp. And as you saw in the time lapse, I have this box partially disassembled. It's gonna have to all come apart to get glued. But what I did do, I drilled the 4 holes for where the amp is gonna get mounted. And then I've drilled this slot in here. So this is 2 7/8 holes, what I made with a hole saw, and then just jigsaw across the 2, load with the sandpaper. And then just kind of rounded off the edges a little bit, and once it's wrapped in carpet, it will be perfect. Spent the last hour or so sanding this, as you saw in the time lapse. It's glued together now, it's glued and screwed, and it is never coming back apart again. I decided against sealing all the edges inside because I glued everything and it seems like everything flowed out pretty nice. So I'm thinking the glue actually made a decent seal. So I didn't sand the bottom because it doesn't really matter, but sanded pretty much any edge you're gonna see. I filled all the screw holes. Sanded everything nice so that when the carpet's on it, you're not going to see any edges whatsoever. These holes also got drilled for the terminal posts. So now that that's all sanded up, I'm going to give it a quick blow off with some air and some wipe down with a damp cloth. Then it's probably actually going to be ready for the carpeting. of the carpet wrapping is now complete. These corner pieces just got finished up. I have everything just kind of sitting in here. Nothing's mounted, nothing's perfectly aligned right now. It's just sitting in here to get a feel for what it's all gonna look like. I just did a rough cut on these. That's why they don't look great, because the speaker will go on top and cover all that. So I'm not really worried about it. It'll be the same idea for the sub holes. So this video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm actually going to call this video here. In the next video, trust me, we're gonna get all of this mounted and wired up and tested. Hopefully it all works first try. That's usually not how it goes, but we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. So if you made it this far in the video, I just wanna say thank you. Be sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 40, I wanna hit 50 really soon here. So be sure to drop a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn on your post notifications, and with that, we're going to see you in the next one.